Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the 12-minute series. As you see, we're going to be talking about Victor Chevalier. Okay, so we're going to get straight into it. His best moves, we're going to start out with up 1+2. It's -20, but this move, not only is it very evasive, but you can use it as a panic button. If someone throws a low, you can just jump over it, you know? And we can show a quick example. Just like that. If someone's throwing out a low, if they're throwing out a power crush, a heat engager, a heat smash, a lot of the times Victor will evade it with up 1+2. So even though it's -20, don't let it scare you. Not until you get higher up, people will start to punish you, but for the most part, this is Victor's best move, or one of his best moves, I should say. Next, we have forward 1+2. As you see, it is -9, which is not bad, and it does chip damage as well, so it's definitely a very useful move. And if they try to step, it will still hit the opponent, because the move, it tracks just a little bit. So I'll show right now. Oops. So just like that, I'm spamming the button and he takes a step and it's still hit, which is good. Okay, so it does have a little bit of tracking. So, and this move is also in heat engager, which we'll get into in a few moments. Okay, next we have his running 2. As you see, it's +5 on block. It also does chip damage, and it's a knockdown. Quick, it's a knockdown, so you can come up, you know, throw out an attack. It's good to get the opponent away from you, you know, in any situation. As is 1+2. This move is very fast, and it's a counter hit launcher. So if you do running 2 and then you hit 1+2, if they press a button, if they move, it will launch the opponent. So look at that, just like that. Look at that. Easy damage off pressure alone. So we're doing running 2 into 1+2 is going to be one of your bread and butter mix-ups. It's perfect. It's like peanut butter and jelly. It flows right into the next move. Okay, so definitely be using that as much as you can. Okay, so up 1+2, forward 1+2, running 2, 1+2. Those are the moves you should be using with Victor repeatedly and as much as possible, because a lot of those moves are plus on block, or they're evasive, or they have long range, and it will stop the opponent in many cases. Okay, another really good tool for Victor is his forward 2. This move, it's -16, but I've noticed online a lot of people do not punish this move, so it does have a little bit of pushback, so that's also part of the reason. And also, he's still very new to the game, so a lot of people won't punish you, right? So in the beginning, this is a very good tool. It has pushback, and as you see, it has long range. So if you're moving around, look how much space I covered. Look at that. 4-2, right? And you can do 4-4-2 into running 2, 1+2. You see the mix? Like it works. It really works. Another good tool with Victor is down 1-1. It's a low high, so I think over time people will get to this, but it's nice, right? Oh, and it has a follow-up with 1-1. You also have down back 4, right? One of his best lows, because it's also a launcher. Just like that. Very good low. -20. Same before. Victor is a high risk, high reward character, so always keep that in mind. It's up to you to mix in the attacks to the best you can. You know, that's part of who he is. He does a lot of damage, but he is also very negative. But yes, this is a nice launcher. Pretty good range, right? You can be moving around and still get to your opponent. His next one is down 4. It looks a little slow, it's a little awkward, but it also has a follow-up for 30 damage. Not too much, but also not too bad. It's a good counter hit low that will get the opponent out of your face in a lot of situations. Okay. You also have up 2. Only -9 on block. It tracks, so you can do jab, you know, into up 2. And it's a good tool to have, or a good tool to use, because a lot of times if you do jab into forward 1+2, they can step it. So, and I'll show you right now. So if I do forward 1, look at that. So if I do, look at that. So I think this is definitely underrated. I'm assuming a lot of Victor mains probably use it, but just so you know, a quick little thing, because if you do jab into his big blade, it's very steppable. Okay. You also have down back 1-1. It's only -7, and you can cancel it into his Perfuma stance, which we'll get into. Next, we have his down 2. It's most characters have an uppercut. This is -14. So luckily it's not launch, but still definitely a good. This is mid launcher, easy to pull out. You have back 1-2, which has a follow-up like that. Another move that will create space between you and the opponent, and now you have the advantage, right? Because the opponent is coming off the floor. So this is definitely a cool move. I really like it a lot, to be honest. Victor Chevalier is he's a beast in this game. He's very fun and easy to use. So definitely another good tool to use. A big one, you know, is his gun, which can be canceled if you hit 3+4. Yeah, so you can hit down back, or you can hit 3+4, and it will cancel out of that stance. Okay. And when you're in this stance, this is called lie stance, right? You have 1, 1. You have 2, which is a mid, -7. You have 1+2, which is a high. You have 4-2, which is a low, and 2 a high. And the thing about this low that's really tricky is if they block this low, they have to stay ducking. If they throw an attack, the 2 follow-up will hit them. So I learned that the hard way as playing against Victor, but now you know, just in case, right? So this move is good, because if they don't know, it will be a nightmare for them. If they try to block it and then hit a button, they will get hit, because you have to block and launch, or you have to just block, stay crouch, and, you know, punish Victor. So 4 and 1, you can just tap it and it will keep him in the stance, right? And you can also, which is very sneaky, if you do 1-1 and then hit down back or 3+4, which is his cancel, this will happen. Really good, right, for mixing up the opponent. And you can jab check with 1, right? You can low check with 4. And these aren't that slow. You know, you can definitely stay in this stance a little bit and keep in check with your opponent. Another good move out of lie stance is down 1+2. A lot of range. And it doesn't track, but it definitely does. 3, which is a power crush, and has an automatic follow-up. It's just 1 button. You just hit 3. And it's that mid power crush, and it gets him out of lie stance. Okay. In lie stance, he also has down 2, which is, I believe, plus on block. So, like that. It's a very special mid, as you see on the screen. It says mid, special mid. There's not many moves like this in the game that has a huge range, as you see. It has a huge blast radius, okay? And it's plus on block, so it's really good. Another good move in his lie stance, if you didn't know, if you hit forward, it's a low parry. Look at that. All I hit was forward, and it's gonna screw the opponent. So we'll do it again. Whoops. Just like that. And it's a full launch, which is crazy. It's so awesome. So when you're in lie stance, all you have to do is hit forward like that, and it will low parry, and you can continue a combo. You can also move back by just holding back or tapping back, and move forward and go like this. One of my favorite things to do. Very trolly, very interesting, and you can also still mix up the opponent with that. I'm gonna move on to Perfuma stance, which is done by doing forward 3. In this stance, you have 2-2, which just puts him into lie stance, which is really good. I definitely would use that the most, because there's not many moves he has that goes into this stance without manually clicking it with 3+4. So definitely doing Perfuma into 2-2 and look just like that, you know. So that's your defense for lows in that stance. Always mess up the opponent. You have Perfuma 4, which is a tracking move, which is really good, right? Because if you jab the opponent and then Perfuma and you do that move, it's gonna hit them from stepping, because his blade attack, even though it's really good and activates heat, it is steppable, pretty steppable. So mixing in stuff like this is very useful. I would say that's a top tier move for him to use in Perfuma. You also have 2-2-1. Oh, there we go, 2-2-1, and the third hit is a high. It's really good because it's going to catch the opponent off guard if they think you're only going to go Perfuma, and also you can continue it with combos, which I'll show later. You also have 1+2, which is a downwards mid, and it's plus on block, as you see. So really good. Mixing your other tools right after that, you know, it's a nice little +4. And also in Perfuma, you have down forward, which cancels that stance, right? And if you do an attack immediately after the cancel, you are in crouching state. So you can do Rising 1, right, which is a really good move. It's launcher. You can do, you know, Rising 4, which is safe. You have 2, you have 1+2, which actually can go into Perfuma. So you can cancel Perfuma like this and go back into Perfuma, okay? And just to repeat it again as 3, this move, it's only -8, it's a mid, and also it activates heat for you, okay? So definitely good, very fast, you know, definitely gonna catch the opponent off guard, just hitting it right away. And then his other cancels, you have back 1, you just hit back 1 forward, it goes into Perfuma, and like earlier, down back 1-1 into Perfuma, okay? So he has down 2, back 1+2, forward 4-1, forward 1+2, and then like I said, Perfuma 3. He has a lot of good tools, or an advantage. It is 0, so it's your turn, you know, because that's a little bit of space. Depending on what move they do, they're gonna be launched, okay? You also have back 1+2 right here, -9, very quick. Look at that, it's so fast, okay? It's so fast, you know, really good move. It's a high, but very fast power crusher. You can use it to interrupt if someone's pressuring you or anything like that. And then this move, mid-high, right? Definitely good. Catch the opponent off guard. You can delay it. It also has a follow-up with forward 4-2, right? It's a mid-mid slam down. He unlocks down 1+2. You see that? It's +6 on block, and it puts you into lie stance, right? And when you're in lie stance, you can do all those things. You can mix up. If they do a low, you can low parry. It's all up to you, okay? So as soon as you get in heat, don't be afraid to do this move. It's a mid, ready plus, puts you in lie stance, and we'll show you. Look at that. It as far as his heat tools and what are the best, okay? So if you guys enjoyed this breakdown, let me know if you want more. I definitely have fun doing this. So there he is, Victor Chevalier. Thank you for watching. I'm out.